This girl isn't real. This studio isn't real. Even my shirt isn't real. But I am. And this is the power of AI right now. It's not generating everything from scratch. It's combining real footage with AI to create effects that were never before possible. You can change the lighting, redesign your environment, change your clothing, and create visual effects that would cost thousands of dollars. Even we can create advanced text animations just like this. In this video, I'm going to break down some of the creative applications of Google Omni and work our way through from simple to the most advanced cinematic techniques. So let's jump into it. First up is lighting and color grading. Now, we've all taken a piece of footage and thought, hey, this could look so much better with the right color grading and the right lighting. And now we can retrospectively add beautifully cinematic color grades to our footage. Take a look at this. Here is a video that I shot of me playing with a little doggy. And here you can see we've added the cinematic lighting, enhancing the shadows and giving it this golden hour quality. But we can really change this in a number of directions. You can even add a more neon atmospheric approach. Now, you can use Google Omni in a number of different places, but I'm using it inside of Higgsfield. And Higgsfield are also the sponsor of today's video. So what you do is come straight into video, make sure you select the Google Gemini Omni Flash model, and from here you're going to upload your base video. And to do that, all you have to do is go to Upload Media, select your file and pop it in. I'll be working with this piece of footage that I shot earlier of me lying in a tree, and then you reference the video, and the video will appear as a reference. You'll see as soon as you put add, you'll get video 1 comes up. Now we'll ask the model to keep everything exactly the same, but apply an ethereal cinematic color grade. Now, there are a couple of reasons why you might want to apply this technology. Firstly, if you're shooting in a studio environment like this and you don't have access to high quality soft lighting, you can retroactively apply a much more beautiful color grade. Now, one interesting technique for doing this is also taking an inspiration shot and using that as the reference for the color grade. Let me show you how that might work. So you might come to a podcast or a high quality shot that you enjoy. So here we have this podcast on the Modern Wisdom podcast with Alex Hormozy and Chris Williamson. We can take a screenshot of that, save it, and then what you're going to do is you're going to upload this as a reference. You go to Upload Media, you're going to pop that image in, and then you can simply reference it by going at and selecting image 1. Now I'll use a little clip of me here in this studio, and we're going to completely transform the color grading. So I'll upload that, go ahead and generate, and this is how that turned out. Now let's also have a look at how the ethereal lighting came out on my tree video. You can see the before and after here, and it gives us a much more engaging shot. Now you can do this to make your content feel more premium, to show that you have a taste and ability to light things cinematically. You might also do this if you have a number of shots which are inconsistent due to lighting conditions, and you want to give them a beautiful visual aesthetic that maintains cohesion throughout. Now, to inspire you, I've collected a number of different color grading approaches, and I've put them in a document for you, which I've linked to in the description below. This includes different approaches like warm cinematic sunset, or cold psychological thriller, luxury commercial, or vintage 1970s film. These can really lift our work. But that's not all, because we can go further than just changing the lighting. We can also start to change the environment. Now we can do this in subtle ways, which enhances the quality of our video. For example, I might want to change my backdrop. Instead of it being this black sheet, I can change it to a beautiful studio. Now for that, let me show you another technique of how we can work with this. And for this, I'm going to be working with an image, and we're going to use that as an image reference. But first we're going to edit the image to add the elements that we want. So I've got this still from me here. And what we're going to do is come back into Higgsfield, and this time we're going to go to the image tab. So from here, we'll go ahead and upload our images. And what we want to do is add some interesting elements. We'll use this as a basis for transforming our video. Now for this, I like to use GPT Image 2. I also like to make sure that I get 4 outputs at once. Now, what are the reasons you might use this practically? Well, one is if you're shooting in your bedroom or in a low-cost environment, you can transform it to look a lot more professional. Secondly, you might also want to brand your environment. You might want to apply your own branding aesthetic wherever you are. And no matter where you shoot, you can still add subtle branding elements. And thirdly, you can apply it to create some pretty immense special effects to allow you to go places that you wouldn't possibly be able to otherwise. For example, I took this B-roll of me typing on my laptop, and then I transformed it to give me this sci-fi background, as if I'm working inside of a high-tech evil headquarters. Now we have a number of options for our studio design. I like this one the best. And then all we have to do is come into the video tab again and upload this as a reference. Now again, we can use a very simple prompt here, leveraging the ingredients and references by using the @ key. We ask it to keep everything the same from video 1, but apply the environment from image 1. After that, you can set everything else as the same as your input video and generate. And this is how that comes out. Now, you can also apply this technique to update objects inside of your scene, specifically ones that are not static. So for example, I could also upgrade and change my outfit. Now, why might you want to do this? Well, you might want to present a completely different type of emotional tone depending on when you are creating your video. Again, you might also want to take this and apply a brand to it. This means you can have attractive branded merchandise in all of your shots without the need of actually creating them. Now, we can also use this creatively to adjust objects. For example, I have me riding this motorbike, but we can turn it into something more cinematic, where I turn this motorbike into a flying hoverbike. Now, of course, we can start to mix all of these methods together, and we can even apply cinematic color grade to this. And this is where things start to get interesting. So let me show you a few more techniques. We can start to combine everything we've done and start to apply an additional layer, which is character movement application. So for example, I can take this video of me displaying my best soccer skills, and we can put me live into a World Cup stadium, dressed in full kit and boots. So what we're doing here is we're not only changing the environment and the outfit, but we're also applying the movement to a different reality. And we can take this even further. Let me show you this example. So I can simply be here pretending that I'm surfing, and we can take this and apply it so that I'm actually on a surfboard riding a rather lovely wave. Now this allows us to perform stunts that otherwise would not be possible. It means we can show death-defying action that previously would not be included at all. Now the way to do this is to upload your video and combine any of the techniques that we've looked at so far. So I'll go ahead and put me on the motorbike again. And we're going to say, change the motorbike to a wild alien animal that the man rides, and change the outfit to militant. Now we can go ahead and generate that. And of course, we can either use a driving reference image or some inspiration as images. We can also take the first frame and transform it using an image generator. And these are the best ways to apply changes to Omni. Now next up, we're going to take this a step further, and that's going to be applying some special effects to what we're creating. And for this, we need a little bit more forethought about how it's going to work. Now this can work if you're using a talking head video like I've got here, and if you suddenly want to add some emphasis to any points, you can create specific movements that are going to be picked up by the AI video model. But let me show you one example that I created. So here's me holding a water bottle and swinging it around. But as you can see, I can translate this into a lightsaber. And here I am, looking rather graceful with my large, beautiful lightsaber. Now, if you are struggling with this and your prompts aren't getting out exactly what you want, I want to show you another technique which I always use if things aren't working exactly how I want them. And that's to get an LLM to write my prompts for me. And I prefer to use Claude. And that's because I've specifically created a skill in Claude that creates me much more articulate, accurate, and enhanced prompts. And now it's extremely easy to use this. All you have to do is download and open it in Claude, and then you can reference it whenever you like. Let me show you how it works. I'll work with me swinging the bottle footage around again, and this time I wanted to turn me into a medieval knight with a large sword. Then we can put in a basic prompt and ask Claude to enhance this for us. Now the reason this works so well is because Claude can write much more specific prompts for us. It uses articulate and precise language that is easier for the AI model to interpret. You'll notice it goes off and it will immediately access the skill that I have created, and then it will systematically create a prompt that's going to have a much higher probability of success. Now we can go ahead and copy the prompt and pop it in. Make sure to reference the video. And then you'll see that it uses much more precise language about how the character moves, exactly what the outfit looks like, and the overall effect. You can go ahead and generate that. Now again, if this still doesn't work for you, the final approach you can take is to use this combined with an image reference. And this is how that came out. But I want to push this even further, and using a particularly interesting method, we can create advanced text animations just like this. Now, the way this can work really well is if you film a video and you already punctuate your speech with very explicit hand movements that would create a perfect opportunity to add emphasis with text. Once you've done this, you can go ahead and upload the driving video just like we have in Higgsfield and use a prompt like this. Keep the video unchanged. Preserve the man's performance, camera framing, background lighting, and color grade exactly as they are. As the man gestures, a motion graphic animates into frame beside him, synchronized to the peak of his hand movement. The words like this appear in a bold, clean sans serif typeface. Now you're welcome to obviously change the words as well as the text styling for this animation. And if you want access to any of these video-to-video prompts, I'll also include those in the link in the description below. And if you are new here, do feel free to subscribe to stay updated with the latest AI video developments. Now you can go ahead and pop that in and generate. And that comes out just like this. Now, one interesting approach to this is to completely push it to create an entire edit for a short form piece of content. So you can talk to the camera in a vertical format and then ask Google Omni to edit the entire thing with not just one animation, but multiple, and also effects to enhance the interest of the video. This type of animations would take hours to create. But let's push this to the absolute limits and try combining all of the effects we've talked about to create additional characters that don't even exist. This means that we can interact and talk to other people inside of our AI videos, and not just cut from one shot to another, but actually put them in the same shot. Now, I did this for the opening sequence of this video, and to do it, you need to follow a number of steps. First of all, you want to take the shot that you're going to be working with. You then want to take an image of the first frame. So I'll take this one of myself. I'll upload it into the image model inside of Higgsfield. And for here, we're going to ask it to keep everything the same, but make the environment a nice YouTube style studio and put a woman to his left. Now, of course, conversely, we can also ask it, Claude, to improve this prompt. And we can generate images based on this. Now, the power of these techniques allow us to tell stories much more visually. It means we can add emphasis and effects to hugely increase our abilities to tell stories visually. Before, we might have to buy different props or find odd effects that you would overlay for hours using green screen and keying. But now we can add some dramatic and even comical effects whenever we like. Now, I can take my favorite one of these. I'll go with this one. I'll download it, and then I'll come into the video tab, make sure we've got Omni selected, and we'll upload that as a reference. I'll again create a new prompt inside of Claude and ask it to maintain everything consistently, but now add this character looking happy and next to me. I'll go ahead, place this into Higgsfield, and go ahead and generate. And this is how that came out. Now, there are also other interesting techniques that we can use inside of AI video. I want to tell you a few other ideas that allow us to expand scenes, which means that we can turn a close-up shot like this into a wide angle, which allows us a lot more creative capacity. But we can also create interesting transitions. One thing we can do is we can use one video that then bleeds into another. You can look at this one, which transforms from me and the dog suddenly to me surfing. Now, it's very useful to use this when we are combining real footage so that we can transition seamlessly in ways that wouldn't be before possible. Now, if you'd like a further breakdown on other ways to use real effects like this in AI video, let me know in the comments. Now, many people are afraid that AI is going to replace real performers, real creators, and real filmmakers. But what I see is a completely different vision. Right now, Hollywood production is at an all-time low, but YouTube production is at an all-time high. And the opportunity now for anyone to create incredible films with their own equipment and very low cost using AI is huge. And with YouTube, we have a distribution platform that automatically allows us to get in front of millions of people if our content is watchable and also immediately monetize it. And I believe that this is opening up the possibility for those with stories to tell to share them with the world. I don't think that this is the end of the cinema, the end of creativity. I truly think this is the dawn of allowing anyone with an idea, determination, and courage to share something meaningful. And those who are going to thrive in this era are not those who do everything with AI. They're those who combine existing mediums, existing abilities, existing ways of thinking about creativity with AI. And this is a huge opportunity to explore and express creatively. And if you'd like to learn more about AI video, do make sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you enjoyed this video, then why not watch this one next, where I break down the process I use to get the most realistic AI video possible. There's a number of tips and tricks in there which really allow you to take your video to the highest level. But most of all, I want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for being here, and I wish you a delightful day.